old school is back. Final Fight 2 on the SNES. Oh, look at the Polaroid fade into grey there. Very sad. That's very sad. I don't know if I've played Final Fight 2 on the SNES before, so this will be interesting. I love the original. I mean, who doesn't? So yeah, hopefully this has got quality of life improvements, and by saying that, hopefully this game has got more than the 2 characters available in the SNES version, the original SNES version, because obviously we did get Final Fight Guy at some point. And hopefully this has got 2 players, even though I've got no one here to play with, so I'm all alone. But yeah, be interested to find out. There's your background on the story. So it looks like they're back, the bad dudes, what they call Mad Gear. Mike, it's me, Mackie. You have to help me. The Mad Gear gang have kidnapped my father and sister. I don't know what accent I'm trying there. So Mike Haggar's in his office looking like a brute. I love Mike Haggar. He's a no-nonsense kind of man. The Mad Gear gang must pay for their crimes. I'll meet you in Hong Kong. Okay, fair enough. Where in Hong Kong, though? It's quite a big place. Who's this guy? Please let me go with you, Mike. Besides, I love kicking butt. Oh, Mike Haggar's angry. Don't make him angry. Don't make him angry, because his eyes turn into fireballs, apparently. Final Fight 2, here we go. Should we look at the options first? Okay. Options are just options. There's a 2-player. You can have 2 players, simultaneous 2-player, I assume. It's not going to be taking turns, is it? I'm going to try this guy first, Carlos. So we're in Hong Kong. It's midday. Have I played this game? Because there's a Final Fight 3 as well, isn't there? Yeah, this feels like a Final Fight game. It feels fantastic, actually. Very, very responsive. Looks beautiful. Music is incredible. Capcom at their best. I've got some reviews on the other screen. It's not a very big wiki page for this game. What did surprise me is apparently this is exclusive to the SNES. There was no coin-op version of this. Which does surprise me, because I thought maybe... I don't know what I'm trying to say. I do. Oh, it's Chun-Li in the background there, having lunch. Nice little Easter egg there, or a nice little homage to Street Fighter 2. Yeah, thinking about the arcade cabinet that did not exist for this, no, it doesn't surprise me. Now I've had a good think about things since making that bold statement, because I think by around now, this kind of game, it was not as popular. I mean, when original Final Fight hit the arcades, brawlers were kind of new on the scene, weren't they? You know, it was like, ooh, it made everyone stand up and think, ooh, lots of oohs. But by the time this arrived, I'm trying to look at the other screen here. 1993. Were we tired of this kind of game by then? I mean, what I will say already about this is it's very basic. Very basic. By now, I would have probably got a bit bored of this game after an hour or 2 of play. I don't know. I mean, I'm having fun here, I must say. Is it as good as the original? It's more or less the same. I prefer the setting of the original, the gritty streets of Chicago? Or was it a fictional city in the original? I don't know. This is a better port, even though it's not a port. I feel silly for saying that now. That's Carlos's special as well, by the way. I forgot to mention that. And I know you lose energy when you do it, but I'm trying to run down Carlos's lives whilst progressing in this stage, if that makes sense, because I want to see what the other character is like in this. Is it Mackie? The female character. Okay. But I like this. It's decent. Reception. Let's have a look here. Let's have a glance. Power Unlimited gave this a 75%. Super Gamer gave this a 79%. So, I mean, people thought it was okay. I can't find any other sources in regards to reviews. Like, the obvious sources, the obvious usual go-to sources aren't listed on the wiki for some reason. I mean, I didn't know about this game back in the day. Was I still playing my SNES? Rhetorical question, of course. Was I still playing my SNES around now? 93, 94? I think I was, yeah. It's a bit overpowered, the special move in this. Or Carlos' special move is, anyway. Oh, here we go. We're going down. Do you go down at all in Final Fight, or is that a new thing for this game? Oh, we got a little snippet here. I'm having another glance. If I die, I die. I don't mind that much. I'll just spam attack anyway. The staff of Games Radar. Big shout out to Games Radar. It's a website, if you didn't know, guys. Ranked it as the 31st best SNES game. I'll try saying that again. The 31st best SNES game. There you go. We were afraid the sequel might see similar limitations, but this one was built from the ground up for Nintendo's Super Console. So everything we'd want from an arcade Final Fight 2 made its way to the cartridge. This was the Final Fight we always wanted. There you go. So basically, if you haven't played Final Fight, skip the first. In regards to... Look at this dude, the electric things. The electric tongs. Electric tongs, man. I wonder what he's called, actually. It tells you their names. Oh, he's called Elic. Or Elic. As in electricity. If you were planning on playing Final Fight on the SNES, then yeah, skip the original. Just go straight to this. Maybe. Because obviously this is better. From a quality of life standpoint, at least. There's the roast beef. I'm glad they've kept that in. I will probably ignore the roast beef. Because, like I said earlier, I want to... Yeah, you can't quit or you can't change characters. Just pause. Yeah, I want to see Mackie. And then we'll see a bit of Mike Haggar at the end of the video. Or towards the end of the video. Because I want to see if he's got any new moves. But yeah, this is good. Really good. It's very polished. It looks gorgeous, doesn't it? SNES was such a powerhouse for its time. But I definitely would have been playing SNES still around 93, for sure. Because I was in school. I was in secondary school. I was nearly done, I think, in secondary school. And towards the latter end of secondary school... Lots of secondary schools mentioned there. I was... playing a lot of SNES and a lot of Amiga. So, yeah. Okay. If I continue... Yes, it does. I was going to say, if I continue, does it let me select a different character? It does. What I will say in regards to game design in this, or what I think is pretty bad game design, is I think when you die, when you lose a life here... you should be able to just toggle the character's little avatar thumbnail thing at the top and drop in as a new character like you can with so many brawlers. But you can't with this, as you've just seen. You have to lose all your lives and then you can try a new character. Oh my god, she feels overpowered to me. Her special that I've been doing just absolutely annihilates. Yeah, this is better. This is better than Final Fight. Not better than the original Final Fight. Coin Op. That's still my favourite. The arcade version. But this is better than Final Fight and Final Fight Guy on the SNES. I'm remembering Final Fight Guy now because you can only select two characters in that as well, but it's Guy and Mike Haggar rather than Cody and Mike Haggar. But this has got all your Final Fight additions, all your Final Fight needs and requirements. My hay fever is quite bad today, guys. I've taken an antihistamine, and when I take an antihistamine, I get a bit delirious, and I spout more gobbledygook than I usually do. So do bear with me for this video. Look at this dude, he's massive. I don't know how you dodge that launch attack. I think I gotta watch out for his shadow. I like this. We'll take a look at Mike Haggar next. I wonder if he's still roaming the streets without his top on. Oh. Come on. So this boss's name is called 1-1. It says at the top there. I like how in Final Fight, it was the same in the original, that it's got all the characters' names, regardless of enemy, even if it's like the little mini enemies you approach. Oh. Yeah, tells you everyone's names. I always like that about it. Adds a bit of individuality to the game, even though you see the same types of enemies over and over again. It has to be said. Final Fight or Streets of Rage? The burning question. The $64,000 question. Big shout out to Matt, my brother Matt. Matt always argues Final Fight is a lot better than Streets of Rage. Or Streets of Rage 2 in this case. I always argue that Streets of Rage 2 is better than Final Fight. I think Streets of Rage 2, out of the 3 Streets of Rage games, or 4, there's 4 now, isn't there? But I think Streets of Rage 2 is the perfect brawler. I think it does everything perfectly. It's a beautiful game. Bit of story there, guys, if you're interested. So it's more or less... Yeah, it's more or less the same as the first game. Go through the streets, take out the Mad Gear gang. Apparently Cody's on holiday with Mike Haggar's daughter. Would you want to be married or engaged or dating Mike Haggar's daughter? Because I think Cody's with her, is he? I'm not sure. I did say at the beginning, I wasn't taking notice. But would you want to? I wouldn't. Having him as a father-in-law, he'd be suplexing you if you looked at his daughter in the wrong way. Listen to that cafe jazz music. Fantastic. I mean, these guys, the Mad Gear, I'm dying on purpose, by the way, guys, so don't laugh, because I want to see Mike Haggar. Oh, that's a bit dark, isn't it? Her drowning there. I don't like that. Here he is. I'm sure he's got new boots. But that's about it. He looks exactly the same as in the first game. Yeah, these dudes, Mad Gear, they just terrorize the streets, don't they? It doesn't matter what city they're in. They're in Paris here, and they're just terrorizing. Look at them. Hiding joints of roast beef in the bins. I'll keep that for later. I'll just put it in this bin. One of these guys is just called Bull. Yeah, Mike Haggar is the character to play as because he just feels much stronger than the previous 2 characters I've been using in this. There was always that, and I've talked about this on the channel before, but there was always that rumour when I was a kid. We're going way back now because the arcade version, before we knew about the SNES. There was that rumour that if you are in control of Mike Haggar and you approach a certain clock in the subway section of one of the stages in Final Fight, and you do his special, then you unlock unlimited lives if you find that clock and you do it by the clock. It was a load of rubbish. It was a load of crap because I've tried it since when I've emulated via MAME, the arcade version. and it does nothing, basically. It was just one of those weird rumours you get as a kid. There was another one, Mario World. I mean, there's 97 or 96 stars in Mario World, isn't there? But I always remember the Sun newspaper, terrible, terrible newspaper, by the way, here in the UK. Oh, here he is, it's Andre the Giant. He's called Andor in this. He's in the first game if you haven't played the first game. Yeah, the Sun printed this rumour, or this story, that Super Mario World had a hidden star. Are these stars you collect in Mario World? I'm sure they're stars. They're moons, aren't they, in Odyssey? Oh, I don't know. But anyway, you know what I'm trying to say. And it was just another rumor. It was fake news, as a certain ex-president used to say. And it was just, I loved that when you were a kid, though, those kind of rumors. It kind of made gaming a little bit more magical. There was something, you couldn't just hit up the internet and look that up, you know? It was like, you had to go and check. You had to try and find that elusive star that no one else could find. Because I never found it, because it didn't exist. But it meant I went back to Mario World and searched for hours and hours for that hidden star. Anyway, this is Final Fight 2. I've talked about loads of other stuff, I know. It's good, I like it. It's definitely a 7 or an 8 out of 10 game for sure. I would go with 8 personally. I think it's fantastic. It does everything well. There's nothing bad about this game. It's a tad too easy, maybe. I would probably, if I was playing this seriously, I'd bump this up to hard. Did the original have difficulty levels? I don't think it did, you know. Anyway, check back to the channel, guys. We've got loads of content planned. Have an awesome weekend there. If it's the weekend for you, it might be Tuesday morning when you're watching this. It's the weekend here. It's approaching the weekend. I'm going to have a lay down. I think that antihistamine is affecting me. It's making me tired. It's making me a bit weird. Anyway, I'll speak to you all soon.